Good morning. Start again. Hi, good morning. I am kind of in a video filming mood, and there's just a bunch of stuff I want to film, and I don't have a lot of other work stuff going on right this instant. I mean, I have work stuff going on, but I don't have anything urgent. So I'm going to take some time to film, and there's kind of a sequence of things that I want to do, starting with my morning routine that I'm just kind of going through. I've got my robe on. I want to take it off because I've got the heat going. Yeah. And yes, I woke up like this. I have brushed my teeth. I have brushed my teeth, yes. So I'm just going to brush my hair. This is like literally my realistic, for real morning routine. The skincare has changed up, which is sort of more why I wanted to film this. Because mostly I wanted to give my mommy a bit of an update. Because I have now been doing the almost daily sheet mask nighttime routine for a while now, and I feel like my skin has really improved, and it's made a huge difference. Also, I did my eyebrows last night. I tinted my eyebrows last night, so I'm actually looking fairly presentable. So I am going to start with putting some lip stuff on because my lips are feeling dry. This is what is this? This is my honey and milk by 𝐒𝐿𝐥𝐵𝐢𝐿 lip oil, and it is fantastic. I love it. It's very thick, so it lasts, but it's got a weird kind of like jelly, almost slick feel to it, which I hated in the beginning, but like I kind of like it now. I've put some gaffer tape around it just so it's easier to grip, because you know when you've got oil and cream and everything on your fingers, it gets a little bit slippy. So that's, and I'm almost done. It's like down to like right there, and I had to take the stopper out of it because I wasn't able to get much out, and now I end up getting a lot out. Ooh, and was it being stringy, or that was just an illusion on my face? Sorry, my face and my eyes. Okay, I am gonna put on a headband thing. I've got the heat going, in case you hear anything in the background, so that's why I can get away with just a short sleeved t-shirt. I am going to, I'm still here. I'm gonna grab my little reusable cotton pad. I have a giant pile of these that really need washing, and I keep procrastinating getting them into the bathroom, spraying them and putting in the wash, and I really need to because I'm starting to run out. I'm on my Bioderma. This is the sensitive one. Purifying, no, not sensitive, they're all good. Purifying, cleansing, micellar water combination and oily skin. I was worried it would dry out my skin because I don't actually have combination or oily skin, but I had originally bought this because somebody was saying it's good in your scalp after, like, you know, going to the gym and getting really sweaty and everything. But that didn't quite work for me, so I'm not going there, and I'm using it on my face, and it's been fine. I do like the Garnier. I think my two favorites are the vitamin C one and the glycolic, the one with the glycolic acid one, and they're both beautiful, and I love those. So I'm just wanting to get this one used up so that I can get back to those. And I'm just doing a normal, this is always the first step in the morning because I've cleansed and I've you know, moisturized and I've done all the things at night. So really, if I'm grubby in the morning, I don't need like a full on cleanse, because it's really just whatever happens while I'm sleeping. And that's just, you know, air and dirt and pillow stuff, which doesn't sound very cute, but whatever. So then these days, my morning routines have been pretty simple. I still try to keep it reasonably good, but I've moved a lot of my actives to the nighttime. So what I was doing before was I was using, like I was going for like a gentle active morning routine, and I've moved a lot of that to the nighttime. And so the only things I really do in the mornings now is my peptides, the collagen, the ceramides, because my skin really likes that. A little bit of chemical exfoliation, and then a little bit of a gentle retinol. I was using the Beauty of Joseon one. I've run out of that, and I have recently started using the Marine Care Retinol Eye Serum, which has 0.1% retinol and 5% niacinamide, which I like. So that's what I am going to start using, because it's still in the box. I haven't done that yet. But I'm still working on my AHA, BHA, PHA 30 Days Miracle Toner from Some By Me. And I do really like it. It's very, very comparable to my favorite toner from Mecca Max, which is their AHA, BHA one, and it's totally underrated, but so good. So good. And so gentle. And my skin likes it. I can feel a difference in my skin when I use that as a toner, you know, and this is a toner as opposed to, you know, just like some other toner. I am using my Paula's Choice 5% benzoyl peroxide still. I only use, look, this is how much I use. That's it. And it's only on my nose. And that's only because I'm trying to keep the blackheads and sebaceous filaments at bay. And the combination of a tiny little bit of this, I've decanted it into this. It's usually in a blue tube from Paula's Choice. I'm just gonna move over a little bit. Yeah, and then this at night, the Paula's Choice Resist BHA 9 has been working really well. And my blackheads and my sebaceous filaments have improved considerably, consistently, without me having to stand here and massage it like for 3 minutes every night, which was in reality driving me absolutely bonkers, which is why I stopped doing it. Then I am using the retinol peptide by Well Derma, and this is supposed to improve wrinkle and lift restore essence. This one is fantastic because it's got like a gajillion different peptides in it, and the retinol is very, very, very minor. I wouldn't even sort of like think about it as a retinol. It's more a peptide essence for me. And it's really about, you know, maintaining, because, you know, I'm in my 50s and I have menopause, maintaining the hydration in my skin. I don't have dry skin. I have normal skin. But I have dehydrated skin, and my skin gets dehydrated really, really easily because of the menopause. So this really helps. Yep, so that, I've got the gaffer tape around it again just to help me open the bottle easier. This is the Medipeel Peptide 9 Volume Biotox Ampoule. I think I've got a bottle hanging around. Hi. I hope that didn't take too long. But this is the actual bottle. As usual, I wasn't very prepared. But this is in my empties because I put this in here because this is horrible to use. I generally don't mind dropper bottles, but this one is just, it's terrible. It doesn't dropper very well. And this texture does not lend itself to droppering easily. And I'm all about, you know, packaging that works and gets out onto my hands and onto my face easier. But this has hydrolyzed collagen, ectoin, and hyaluronic acid from Medipeel. It is absolutely ginormous. It's 100 mils, and I'm about this much. This is a 100 ml bottle, so I'm about a third way through it, and I started it a month, not even that long ago. I only started it 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. Wow, not long. But I've been using it day and night. And my skin likes peptides. I know everybody's talking about peptides these days. Peptides. This, that, and the other. But my skin likes peptides. So I like to give my skin what it likes. And aside from that, you know, the other thing is niacinamide. Everybody's like, oh, I'm so over niacinamide. It's boring. It's no longer on trend. And, you know, companies are taking niacinamide out of their products or putting them into, you know, stuff and whatever. My skin likes niacinamide. I get really bright if I use niacinamide consistently, even more so than vitamin C. So I continue to use niacinamide, even though it's a boring, non-trending product. So if you're looking for trending, don't come here. I'm just going to tell you straight out. I'm not trendy. I'm not into the hype or the viral. I just like to use what is affordable and what works for me. Paula's Choice. This is the Skin Perfecting AHA 8%. And also Paula's Choice, the BHA 2%. This is in the lotion version, and I don't use much, really. It's goopy. That's all I use of both of it. And I just do a pump of, I mix it really well. I try to make sure I mix it really well. And that's just like a light of exfoliation. After all this time, I know what my skin likes. I'm in my 50s. I started doing my skincare when I was 13 years old. I know what my skin likes, and I know what my skin can handle and tolerate. And my skin likes its AHA and its BHA. And if I don't use the AHA and the BHA for like a week or two, like say if I go away and, you know, I don't pack any of it or whatever, I will notice at the end of that my skin is quite dull. So I've done the toner, I've done my peptides, so I do the AHA, and then I do the retinol, or retinol, but at the moment it's retinol. I know this says eye serum. It's from Hamish. It's K-Beauty, but it's 30 mils. So their eye serum, it can be used on the face. You can see the yellow from the retinol. And it's very gentle. And it works really, really well. So I really like it for, you know, a gentle, active that I can use daily, that I can use on my face and on my neck. And I really like this one, actually. I've used it. I've just started using it. I've used it a little bit around and on my eyes, and it doesn't, because it's made as an eye serum, I can use it on my eyes and I don't have any irritation or anything like that. So this is going into the rotation of the shelf that's over here. And I like the fact that this is gentle enough that I can use it during the day. The next step is my moisturizer. And it used to be, before menopause, that a moisturizing or a hydrating sunscreen was all I needed. But these days, I need something a bit more. And I'm kind of just using whatever I have, which I know doesn't sound very interesting. But at the moment, I'm milking my way through my Clinique Dramatically Different Moisturizing Lotion. I'm using this one up, which is 30 mils. And then I have the same thing, but in a 15 mil that I will use up. So, you know, it's just little bits and pieces of stuff. And then I'll move on to my Kiehl's Calendula Serum Infused Water Cream, which I have a little, like, this is what, a 5 mil, a 7 mil pot. And then I will move on to my Clinique Moisture Surge in a 15 mil pot. So, you know, I'm just using stuff and just using stuff up. And I'm all about the using stuff up life. If you've been watching me long enough, you will hear me kind of harp on about that a fair bit. Because, you know, the cost of living is going up. Things are expensive. I'm 53. You know, I'm no longer in a corporate role, in a corporate job. And my job pays decently. I love my job, but it means my income is different from what it used to be. So I just have to be sensible. And Australia is ridiculously expensive to live in, if anybody ever asks. So I just put some on my hand and just whack it on my face. There's nothing exciting about this. It's just moisturizer. Use whatever works. And that's kind of what I'm all about. So I do try to make it a point to rub it in well and get down into my décolleté a bit more. You know, this is going to be public, so I'm trying not to flash anyone. I did notice a little spot right there that I woke up with this morning, and I kind of forgot to put some lion pear cream on it, which is what I use for acne. Oh, you know, spots, really. It's not really acne, but this is it. So I'm just going to wax some on now. It would have been better if I had remembered and put it on first, but I didn't, so I'm doing it now. Dang it. I dropped the cap. So just a little bit, and it is, I'm going to look there because that's a magnifying mirror, and then I can see better. Just a little bit. You know, nobody can see it, and from a distance, you don't even notice it's there, but I know it's there. I can see it, and if I do this, it'll be gone by the morning or even by tonight, if I'm lucky. Yep, and that's it. And then I'm still using my Screensaver Mecca Max Broad Spectrum SPF 30 sunscreen with aloe vera and vitamin E. I'm down to like there. There's not much of it left. And that's about how much I use because I'm not really going out today and I'm not really in the sun much. I'm really only doing this so that I make sure that I'm protected from, you know, whatever UV rays are coming in through windows and, you know, sunlight, filtered sunlight through the windows in the house, especially when I'm sitting in my office and I'm, you know, in front of giant windows, and I've got big windows. Oh, well, not even windows. They're actually like, I think, do you call them French doors or accordion doors? But it's all glass, which is beautiful. But I'm cautious of that. But this is what I do, and this is it. You know, the thing about sunscreen that I get very confused about is that I've heard people say, don't rub your sunscreen in and rub because it will like break down the sunscreen and it will not be as effective because it will deteriorate. But then I don't want to not rub in my sunscreen because then I get this greasy, like slick stuff on my face. And then, you know, I've got people who say, oh, just, you know, pat your sunscreen in. But I've been rubbing my sunscreen in for 30, 50 years, well, no, 30 years. And it's worked well enough. And when I've reapplied, it's been fine. So I think I'm just gonna, I mean, I don't rub vigorously. You saw what I just did, but I just kind of feel like if I don't rub it in and make sure it's all rubbed in and all sunk in, I'm just gonna have this slick of stuff going on, and I don't want that stuff going on. Yeah, so this is it. This is the routine in the morning now. It's a lot faster when I'm not talking to the video and I'm not forgetting to do things and grabbing things and dropping things and all that sort of stuff. So, yeah, that is my current morning, daytime routine. That is gently active. I wanna call it. And it's been working for me. But the reason it's working for me and I'm not whacking a whole bunch of very active stuff on my skin is because I've got my DIY sheet mask evening routine, which I do most nights, which has been very, very effective and has done absolute wonders, absolute wonders for my skin. So, and I cannot tell you like how amazing that has been. And it's really interesting because I've been seeing a couple of videos pop up where younger people have been saying, oh, I'm doing this 30-day sheet mask challenge and I'm doing a sheet mask every day for 30 days to see if it makes any difference. I told my mom that. She goes, you don't need 30 days. Do it for a week, 2 weeks. You can immediately see a difference in your skin and how it continues to improve. And yeah, it does. It works. It continues to work. My skin continues to improve. Even after all this time, my skin is really liking the whole sheet masking thing. And so I do it every night, or as much as I can, most every night. You know, I skip a night or two every now and then because, you know, I'm tired, I'm lazy, whatever, it happens. But when you do it every night or most nights, it's okay if you skip a night or two. Because, you know, the foundation is there and your skin's already in really, really good shape. It's only when you don't do anything for a month or 2 months or 6 months, that's when, you know, skin starts to not look so good. And the other thing is, like, I love the way my skin feels now. And it's so soft and it's so bouncy and juicy. My mom calls these mochi cheeks. Mochi is a Japanese dessert and it's kind of like juicy and bouncy and squishy. And that's like, I really feel like that's it now. But my mom calls it the mochi cheeks, and so that's kind of like what's going on with me now. Is like I've, you know, the daytime routine is done, but I'm just talking about what I'm doing in the evenings and how that has really made a difference for me. And I'm kind of addicted to the way my skin feels and the way it looks. And I keep wanting to continue, and I make the effort to try to remember to actually do my DIY sheet masking routine at night consistently, or as consistently as I can, because I'm kind of obsessed and addicted to the way my skin feels, and I want to keep having it to continue to look like this, because all I really do for my skin is now skincare. I don't have any Botox. I don't have any filler. I'm not using any like lasers or light or things like that. I do a little bit of gua sha massage every now and then if I'm not too lazy and if I remember, but that's rare. The one thing I do want to add into my routine, which I will at some point when I can afford it, is the Zip, which is the sonic vibration and electro nano current thing, which I think would be really, really good addition and supplement into even helping my skincare go even deeper. But that will happen when I can afford it, because those devices are not cheap. Okay, I'm going to stop and get on with the next videos. So you might see me in this outfit for the next few videos as I go, because I'm filming this all in one day as a progression. Right, I'm done. I will talk to you again very, very soon. So please do all the YouTubey things, like, comment, subscribe, leave a frog emoji for my cute froggy headband. Maybe I'll change up the headband. There you go. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hello. This is part 2 of my new morning skincare routine that I just filmed. So you'll be seeing it at the end of the video. And I've just washed my face. But I just wanted to add to the end of that video that, you know, I said I started using I've marked it, the Heimish Marine Care Retinol Eye Serum. And I said, you know, it's going to be gentle. It'll be fine. I just want a slightly active retinol for the morning. Well, I was wrong. And I should have read this properly, because I'm used to the way the ordinary labels their retinols. And so like here, it says 2% Grand Active Retinoid 2%. And I know this is super, super, super duper gentle. So this one said retinol 0.1%. Now, retinol 0.1% is actually really strong. It is the same strength at, and I didn't realize that because I'm used to the Paula's Choice, and where it says clinical strength, a retinol 1% treatment. And I know this stuff is strong. So I cannot use this stuff more than once or twice a week. And, you know, every now and then when I want to give my skin a little bit of a boost, I do that at night. I haven't recently, but, you know, that's kind of what I use it for. But the way companies label retinol, and, you know, this is my bad and my mistake, is I should have paid a bit more attention. Because with the Beauty of Joseon Retinol eye cream, and because this is an eye serum, it's supposed to be gentle enough for you to use around your eyes. And, you know, it says available for day and night, you know, use daily, blah, blah. So you think, yeah, you know, use daily, blah, blah, day and night, day or night, it says. Day and night. Well, it is strong. And I don't remember exactly how long ago I filmed that first part of the video, but I'm going to say it's been, I want to say about a week. And I've been using it probably daily for around about a week. Maybe the video was filmed about 4 or 5 days ago, but not real long ago. But I started using that a couple of days before. So I think about a week. And a week of consistent use of this daily, which I never had a problem with, the Beauty of Joseon Retinol Ginseng Eye Cream. My skin in the evenings started to feel a little bit sensitive. I wasn't having any redness. I wasn't having any like issues per se, but even when I was putting on like a gentle centella calming, soothing serum, or like a collagen peptide serum, which is, you know, a different kind of active to like a retinol active or a acid kind of active, it was feeling a little bit sensitive. And by sensitive, I mean it was tingling a little bit. And that tingling went away after a few minutes. So it wasn't really like a big issue, but I could tell my skin was feeling a little bit sensitive. And I thought, oh, I better ease back on my nighttime routine and really just, you know, serum and, you know, some peptides like this Medipeel, you know, peptide 9, which is just a peptide collagen serum that I've been using. And some essences, hydrating essences, and be done with it. Well, I was wondering why, you know, and when things happen, I kind of like try to think through, and, you know, I'm not here to give you advice or anything like that. This is sort of more for me a record of what I'm doing and what's going on with me, so that I can remember to pay a bit more attention next time. And I did write my mom and tell her last night. I said, oh, my skin feels a bit sensitive. And, you know, I'm kind of easing off on the actives at night. Fair enough. Because the last 2 nights I was feeling a bit sensitive. And then I realized when I was thinking about it, it's the retinol. And the only time my skin ever feels like this is when I accidentally don't pay attention and I use retinol, a strong retinol, too consistently every freaking day. And once a day, not twice a day, once a day. Because the last time that happened to me was when I had a 5%, I think, Granactive retinoid, which was the stronger version of the ordinary Granactive retinoid. And I had forgotten and I didn't realize what I was grabbing, and I was using it every night instead of using it like every couple of nights, like every third night. And my skin was like, oh, okay, this is a bit too much. And it would just feel a little bit sensitive. It would feel a little bit tingly when I put other things on it. And then what would happen was it would start to look a little bit like flaky, dry, dehydrated. My lips are feeling, so I'm going to put some lip balm on. Dry and dehydrated. And so I was trying to figure out what was going on. And you probably can't see very well because I just washed my face. My face is actually a bit dry because I haven't put any toners on or anything like that, because I wanted you to see what it looks like. But I was starting to get a little bit of purging. And I think I did mention I had, like, you know, some you know, breakouts. So this is, I generally have pretty clear skin. So this is purging. You know, you see these bumps. And this is from too strong a retinol because, you know, my skin's reacting and it's purging. It's a little bit sensitive around here in that it just feels a bit hot and a bit sensitive. It tingles a bit when I put a serum on, but it fades after, you know, a few minutes. But here, and I don't know if you can actually see, but it's flaking a little bit and peeling a little bit because, you know, retinol increases the speed of your cell turnover. So it does have slight, you know, sort of almost like exfoliating properties. So, you know, all this stuff is going on, and I thought, oh, I know what that is. That's happened to me before. It's actually happened to me many times in the past over the years whenever I forget and accidentally use too strong a retinol, because I remember one time I had this and I was traveling and I thought, oh, you know, I'm not going to bring a big retinol. I'll just have this little travel size. It's great. I'll bring that. And I didn't realize that was I think the first couple of times I was using this, and I didn't realize how strong it was. And I used it like all over my whole face. And this one was so strong, I didn't even need like a week. It was like 3 days and my skin was like, okay, we are not happy with you. And it was red and it was peeling and it was not cute. And we were away at the time. We were in the US, and I ended up going to Ulta and telling the lady what had happened. I was looking for something soothing, and she recommended First Aid Beauty, which is, by the way, a wonderful, gentle, calming, soothing skincare range, which I adore. And anyway, so I ended up, you know, getting that, and she very kindly gave me like a really soothing oatmeal based mask that I could put on my face, just to like calm everything down. So anyway, the whole point of this 9 minutes of rambling is to say I made a mistake, and I didn't realize how strong this Heimish Retinol Marine Eye Serum is. So I'm going to ease back on using this, and instead of using it daily, I will still use it, but instead of using it daily, I will probably use it every third day instead of, you know. And my skin is such that I know that if I'm using a very, very gentle retinol, because I've been using retinol for a good 20 something years. So, you know, I've been, and I started with tretinoin. If I use a very gentle retinol, something like this, the Ordinary, 2% good active retinol and squalene, I can use that every day. I can use it on my neck. I don't have an issue with it. But if it's strong, like the 5% good active retinoid from the Ordinary, like something like this, I really can only use it twice, maybe 3 times a week. And I really shouldn't, you know, be funny about it or try to, you know, push that. And I'm very aware of what my skin is like and what it can and can't handle. So now that I know, I will just ease back on it. I'll still use it, but I just won't use it every day. And I only use it a couple times a week. So that was all I wanted to say. And hopefully this will be a cautionary tale for other people, you know, who watch this and who are using retinol and who see that I'm using that Heimish one on my face and go, oh yeah, you know, I can use that. And I just felt like I needed to add this little warning of what I did to myself so that you don't do it to you. You know, you don't do this to yourself if and when, or, you know, you might grab one of these items. Okay, so I'm going to finish my skincare routine. It's still light out, sort of light out. The sun's starting to set, but we're going into the evening. I think it's about 5 o'clock. But I'm doing my skincare early because I was playing around with some things earlier today. So I'm going to get washed up, get my skincare on, and then get on with the rest of my evening. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.